So I was just hiking along here, and I was thinking y'all might like to know some of my philosophies about nomad life, and also this channel, like what I'm trying to do on this channel. Because if you haven't noticed, like I don't really go to you know, the laundromat or into town or inside restaurants and shops and things like that on this channel. You know, I'm not like an anti-society kind of person. Maybe there's elements of me that are kind of over some of the stuff that happens in society. But you know, I'm a city boy. I lived in Seattle for a long time, and I have a lot of great things to say about, especially that place. And so I really like the city in a lot of ways, but it's just not what we're doing right now. The dogs and I, we're living out in nature, so that's kind of what you see on the Got Out channel, is just us doing things in nature. It's what I like right now. It's what I'm into. Trying to learn about how to live out here, places to go in nature, things that we can do out here. And so I like documenting like the things that we see, the animals. Sometimes there's not a lot, sometimes there's a lot. Sometimes there's drama, things that happen. You go to some channels like the Nomadic Fanatic. I mean, he goes all over the place. He's going to places that involve, you know, going inside of a town or a city or traveling. He'll go miles just to go to see a museum or like a factory tour, or to see like some landmark, which is awesome. Here on the Got Out channel, you're not going to see that. You're not going to see us like, you know, checking out like the world's biggest McDonald's or you know, some lumberjack museum. And you won't see that because that's just not what we're doing. You know, I got the dogs, and so everything I do pretty much has to take the dogs into account. I can leave them in the trailer and then go off and do my thing in the city if I want, and I do that sometimes, but mostly just for errands. Like where I'm at in my life right now, I'd rather be out here amongst the trees, you know, in this case. Look at all these flowers here. These little pink flowers. This is what gets me excited. And I think a lot of people, I know most of y'all are living in houses and apartments. You're living in nice little towns and communities. Maybe some of you are in like big cities. Let me know down in the comments, you know, like what your lifestyle is like. But I think a lot of people sometimes forget about what's out here. Like right now, you know, we got this whole forest to ourselves, and it's epic out here. It's just epic silence, epic simplicity, epic nature. There's all kinds of natural wonders, all kinds of things to see and learn about and experience. And this kind of place gives you a different vibe than being in a city or a town. Not that those places are bad. It's just, I think it's good to experience lots of different things. And so I've done the city thing. I've lived in the city, and I had a lot of great experiences there. But this is what we're doing now. And so that's why this is what the Got Out channel is. You know, I'm keeping it real, you could say. This is the kind of place I love. I'm realizing that about myself, that I really like the desert, and like we just came from the desert. You know, we were in Quartzsite, and then we were up in some plateaus of Arizona. We're still in Arizona, but this is pine tree territory now. And I'm realizing that's kind of all it takes for me, is to be really, really super comfortable, is some trees. Because I realize trees provide so much, right? The big thing is shade. When it gets hot out here, to have shade, I'm hearing sounds. There's all kinds of sounds. I think I just heard a tarantula hawk, and then I'm hearing a tree like creaking in the wind. But the trees provide all kinds of different types of nature than you'll see in the desert. But there's an element of safety because you have shade. If there's a storm, you can get out of the wind. You can find fallen trees and get kind of huddled in there. So there's a sense of safety. You can even build a shelter if you needed to. Try doing that in the desert with like creosote bushes and stuff like that. You're going to be worried about snakes and scorpions and all that kind of stuff. Plus, try getting shade out in the desert. Like, it's impossible out there. And then also you can make fires to keep warm or keep predators away. Keep yourself feeling safe at night. So there's this sense of safety that I get, but also a lot of familiarity with me. Spending a lot of time in the Cascades. So I don't know, I just wanted to share that with y'all and see what y'all think about my philosophy, and just kind of remind everybody that's what we're doing on the Got Out channel. Is we're out 95% of the time. We're out in free places in the wilderness, and I've been doing that for over 2 years now with my dogs, and we're getting really good at it. We still make a lot of mistakes, and I like to cover that on the channel too. So hit that like button for us. Let us know you're watching. We like to know you're watching. And subscribe so you don't miss any of our adventures. You know, we ran into snakes, rattlesnakes. Lots of crazy stuff happens. I had that crazy experience with the bee swarm the other day in the desert. And that freaked me out. I mean, that really freaked me out. That was the scariest moment in my nomad life so far. And so it was really cool for me to capture that on video. You can see that video if you go look back a couple videos ago. But really, let us know what you think. Put some comments down below about what you think about our lifestyle, and if you're doing the same thing or if you kind of want to do the same thing. Okay, let's go back to camp. This is our camp right now, and this is a good spot too. I'm getting a lot of sun because I'm in an area that's pretty open, as opposed to like back up here in the trees. There's a pretty good campsite here, but a lot more shade. So right here I'm out in the open, and the weather's really good, so it's not too hot, but a lot of days we're getting full sun. Of course, it's getting kind of stormy right now, so there's clouds blocking out the sun to some degree. I got 200 watts of solar power up there, and that's plenty for us to do what we want to do. Hey, go back to camp.